Welcome to the 10 Acre Woods. My name's Mark, and we've had an exciting weekend yet again. So it all started right over there. So what had happened is I came outside to have a look and check in on Willow because her tail has gone limp, and I saw that there was something going on. So I went outside and went down and walked up to her, and she was wanting my help. So I went around back behind her, and the head and the two front hoofs were just out. So I had to rip open the sack and expose the little one. So right after her first push, she ended up lying down on the ground, and then one more final push, and she was, her little filly was out. So Shadow was right beside her. Shadow and her grew up. They were actually born on the same day, and they've lived together all their lives. So Auntie Shadow was right there watching the whole thing. Now, what was fairly comical is the alpacas came in from the backfield and just sauntered by as if nothing was happening. So that was pretty comical. You can do it. There we go. Come on. Oh. Come on, get those feet under you. So after Willow had her little filly, Shadow was right there, and she was Auntie Shadow. Now Willow was still a little shaking. I did a little bit of research, and of course it's just the shock and the organs kind of going back into place. It helps get rid of the placenta, which should be expelled within 2 to 3 hours afterwards, or it can lead to infection. So there seems to be a little bit of confusion as to her pregnancy. Why is she pregnant? Why are we breeding horses? There's some negative comments that we've run across on that. Not on our social media, but actually on other people's social media. And I guess they just don't know the whole story. Now, Shadow and Willow came in last year. They were born on the same day. They grew up together, and they grew up with a little pony, Levi, which you may have seen in last year's video. The three of them came in. Levi is a miniature horse, but he wasn't fixed. So as soon as he came in, we had him gelded, as well as little Marley over here. He was gelded that same day. So no, we don't breed horses. There are quite a few horses in our area, in a lot of areas, that need homes. So we don't want to add to that population. We do, however, breed goats. We've bred goats for, I want to say about 15 years now. And we've had a lot of wonderful response as to the goats. We've actually got a waiting list on our goats. And most of the ones we have now are the kid goats have already been spoken for. Now, let's go see the little one. Here she is. So we put her in this area. Now, what had happened that first night was Willow. It's her first young. But what had happened was she was a little bit uneasy. She was uncomfortable. Her back leg was twitching back, and she was kind of neighing a little bit. So it's likely the pressure of the colostrum that came in, and it just needed to get flowing, so it was a little tender for her. Now, the three of us, Tiana, Tara, and I, we came in, and the girls held Willow just to console her as the little one fed. So she was a little bit touchy. Now, we kept an eye on things because we do have a camera up here in the corner. We kept an eye on things, and she's still a little bit tender from time to time, but the little one is feeding well. Maybe because she's pushing a little bit on it. Go easy on your mom. Now, there's lots of milk coming in. We did see yesterday when she was feeding, there was actually milk coming out of the other teat as she was feeding. So she has lots of milk. She's producing quite a bit. And it's really cute because the patch on the back is in the perfect shape of a little saddle. Now, if you have seen or remember Levi, there's a little bit of Levi in this little girl. Can you spot it? Right there on the tail. So Levi is a gray miniature horse, and this little one has a little gray tail. So that's cute. So she's doing well. She's in here bonding with her mother. I have been in here from time to time, just going and sitting down on the hay, and she's come over to me. I want to make sure that she is nice and friendly towards people. Her mom and Shadow are still a little leery. They are getting better as time goes on. But this is the new one. So we have been getting some comments about names, a lot of tree names. So what we're going to do is, I think one of the most popular ones is Meadow. So we may go with that. Tara kind of liked Twig, but Twig will get a little bit larger. So maybe what I'll do is I'll talk to Tara before I finish editing this, and we'll decide on a name for this little one. But there she is, now almost 2 days old. Now, something I'd like to clarify from a previous video a few weeks back is, and this is something we've done quite often, and really we just didn't know any difference. We were taught this by somebody years ago, and it tended to work. So with roosters, so we do have a lot of roosters around the yard, and what we would do is we would pick them up by their feet, hang them upside down for a short period of time, and it would calm them down, and then they would move on. Now, what was interesting is in some of those posts on social media that we ran across, somebody let us know that there were some comments on how we were being cruel to animals. I did a little bit of research on it and found that yes, it can be irritating to their lungs. It can cause them problems with breathing, holding them upside down because of the way their lungs are and the way their organs can push up against their lungs. So, you know, you're learning from these videos, and so am I. It's just unfortunate that the comments were put out on somebody else's page that weren't shared with us, and we had to find out the information in a roundabout way. So if you find out, if there's any concerns about watching these videos are all about learning and showing you the animals, and if there's something that you're questioning that we're doing, please let us know. But let us know down in the comments of this video, or maybe on our Facebook page, and then we'll be made aware of it. So there's no need to get nasty on social media. Please, we want to be transparent in this whole journey, and it's a back and forth community that we want to create here. So how do you take care of roosters and not have them attack you? So you do want to dominate them. We're not going to be doing the hanging upside down anymore. If that's done for a long period of time, it can cause death due to asphyxiation of the lungs. Of course, we did it for short periods. Now, what you want to do is you want to pick up the rooster and do exactly what I'm doing here. You want to hold them. They don't have any control at the moment. They're kind of in your control. And what I've found is if you go and you rub their chin here, if they pull away, then they're still a little bit tense. But what you should end up doing, what your goal is, and what we've had in the past is when you rub them, if you hold them long enough, their eyes will actually close, and then they're fully comfortable in your arms. And at that point, you can let them go. Right, bud? So that's it. So now, she's been doing this, a little bit of prancing. I just caught it out of the corner of my eye and decided to come in and just take another little shot here. Every once in a while, she just she jumps and runs around the little pen. Oh, is she done? Being a little playful. So since those two grew up together, Auntie Shadow here is, she's not far away at all. So do you want to go in and see your niece? Hey, here, I'll move over here and you can go in. You don't like too many people in there. Yeah. See, she just can't get enough. She was actually really excited when Willow had her little foal. She actually she was making these sounds. Now, this is the first time. Well, it's actually the second time we've had a foal on property. The first one was Manya from last year, so she was also pregnant when she came into us, and you could tell that she was quite large. She had her young last spring. It was about this time of year, last spring, up front, but she had the little one in the middle of the night, so we didn't actually get to see anything. It's just we got up and we went out, and it's like, oh, there's a little filly out there. This one was a little bit more, I got to see a little bit more that was going on, and Shadow was actually talking and communicating. It almost sounded like she was really excited. So what I planned for this weekend was actually a day in the life on the farm. Quite a few people have asked about that, so maybe what I'll do is I'll push that off till next weekend, unless something else exciting happens. Quick update out here. So we have Piper and Petey. Look at Petey. Oh, Petey. Oh, Petey, what are you doing? Are you playing in the mud? Look at that face. Oh boy. I guess he's finding some good stuff in there. And Piper's sticking to dry land. So everything's dried up. No more snow. The pond is flowing with no ice. So that's running. We want to get some fish. There's been some people asking about fish. And I think I'm settling on, I'm going to try to pick up maybe some carp. Tara had checked the ditch that we normally get the fish out of, the small ones, a local ditch. And she says it's dry. So I think I'm going to go with some carp. I've been reading up on algae eaters. Koi and goldfish can be a little bit messy because they pick at the bottom and they can create some debris that floats around. But carp are very common in Manitoba, and I'll have to see if I can wrangle some up. Oh, Lambert. Is it nap time, Lambert? Using your foot as a little stool? A little chin rest? Oh. The other sheeps are back here. That looks like Tinker. Hey, Tink. No, that's Turbo. I didn't see your little ear clip. And, oh, of course, Hannibal is, actually, he's resting over there. I completely missed him. Then we have, so this will be Tinker. Yes, this will be Tinker back here in Bronwyn. Tink! Tinkerbell! Hi! What are you doing back here? What are you doing, girl? And Bronwyn. Bronwyn is shedding, so she's a haired sheep, so you can see all of that fluff coming off of her. And the alpacas. Pacas! Hey, where are you guys going? Well, we saw them earlier. It looks like Barry. Barry's kind of a loner. He hangs out back there. You know, we got him these three, well, we were getting him one buddy, just so that he had somebody to hang out with, and we ended up getting these three. So the story behind them was, it was an ad, I think, on, it was on some website, either Facebook or Kijiji, about the alpaca, about, you know, paca for sale, $100. So Tara went out there with Tiana, I believe Tiana went out with her, and saw them, and of course they hadn't been sheared in forever. Shanzi, which is the white one here at the back, the closest to us, her teeth were growing up, so they really needed to be trimmed. And so Tara decided, she said, well, I'll take all 3 of them. So we took all 3 of them, and of course the story there was, we thought they were all girls. They thought they were all girls. So when we shaved them, we found that Marlene is Marley, is a little boy. So he actually got fixed same time Levi did. And then this is Paula. Paula, she's the only one that spits. She doesn't spit at people. She spits at her own kind, and at times at some of the sheep. And then of course Shanzi. Hi Shanzi. And Barry. But Barry's kind of a loner. So we may, because this little boy was in with them, we may have a little cria, a little baby alpaca, but we're going to have to wait and see with Paula and Shanzi here. So their gestation period is similar to horses, 11 months. So, I don't know, does it look rounded down there? It's a little hard to see, isn't it? What about you, Paula? How's the belly? Your belly doesn't look, I would say no on her. Shanzi. Hi, Shanzi. Such funny looks. Oh, I don't know. Maybe, possibly. What do you think, Bear? Are you having a bath? Are you having a bath, Barry? So as I walk back up front here to have a look at the kid goats, I wanted to answer another question. There's been quite a few questions about this, and it's emu. So emu, are you going to be getting any emu? Now, years ago we went out to a place called Kangaroo Creek in BC, and we saw these emu, and they're the cutest things. Those are the goats. We'll get to them in a minute. But what they need is they need higher fencing. So they need fencing that I believe it is 5 feet tall with an upper wire, an upper electric wire, or 6 foot tall. And we would have to redo all of our fencing to have emu. They are really neat birds, but we're going to hold off on those maybe in the future. So these fencing that we have here now is about 4.5 feet around, and then of course there's electric fence wire. Apparently, because the emu's feathers, they don't conduct electricity very well. If you're going to be going with electric fencing, you need to have like a 15 wire electric fence, and that's a lot of wires. So no on the emu right now. They are very interesting. We have talked about it, but not at this time. All right, so kids, so here's Chance. Here's little Chance. Hey, bud. Hi. Oh, and you. So this one doesn't really have a name. I've been calling her Patch, or Little Patches, or Mini Patches. But we'll. I'm going through and I'm taking pictures of all the kids so we can organize them. So speaking of Patches, Patches did. She was on medication. Because she had meningitis from whatever reason. At first I thought maybe it was from her problems during pregnancy, but when the vet came out, he did an internal on her and checked her out, and everything was fine. So he mentioned that it could have been a number of things. See, she's a little bit wobbly still. She's still getting injections for another week. Hopefully she's going to make a full recovery because, well, she's an excellent mama. So she's still on injections. It could have been as simple as getting some straw puncturing in her mouth or the roof of her mouth and getting an infection. And then it leads into the spinal cord, brain stem, and that's where the meningitis sits in. So Patches is doing pretty good now. She's a little wobbly, but we're keeping a close eye on her. Getting to the other kids. So this one here is one of Blackie's little one. This is a nameless at the moment. Then we go over to Snow's kids. So this one here, no, this isn't Snow's kids. No, wrong one. There's so many white ones here. This one here is, I believe, Petunia's, and this one here is Snow's. I know this is Snow's because of the white goes right across the whole top of the ear on this one. So this one or the other white one, is this the boy or the girl? This looks like, are you a boy or a girl? You're a boy. So you're not Daisy May or Daisy Ann. One of the two. You're not Daisy. So where is then Daisy? So Blackie has, we've got a baby shower happening for our foster daughter that had a baby. So that's what all the action is going on over there. In here, there's Snow. Hi, Snow. How you doing, girl? Are there any kids in here? Huh. Where are the other kids? When they come in here at night. This is where they sleep at night because it gets cold. And they go back and they all tuck in under this board that's here, which is pretty cute. So no. So there are no kids in here. They must all be out, all 11 of them. I just have to find them. Yes. So Chance. Okay. So some of you have asked about Sheldon. Where is Sheldon? Didn't see him in the last video. Here's Sheldon. Hi, Sheldon. Are you chewing your cud? Oh. So he's been doing really well. Oh, here's some more kids over here. Okay. So these ones are Coco's. So this one here would be Daisy, because you're the girl, but same coloring. Oh, here is the little boy, and he's spoken for, but he doesn't quite have a name yet. So I'll have to check on that. I'll have to check with his new owner and see if they've come up with a name. And this one here is the little girl. So that's Daisy May, or Daisy Ann. It's Daisy. Oh. Away she goes. And then we have Blackie. So we've seen Blackie, one of Blackie's. Blackie has two all black ones and the black and white one. Oh, and petunias as well. Right, petunias we haven't seen. So this is, you can see on the ears here of this one, it just goes, it's at the base of the ears only. And then this one here. So petunias has what I'm calling mini petunia. And I'm going to be, once I get pictures of all these guys, I'm going to be putting them on our Facebook page. So that's what I call mini petunia. And this one over here, we're naming, or actually the owner, come here, buddy. So this is a little boy. And this guy's name is Spock because of his eyebrows, or his markings showing his eyebrows. They go up. Hey, buddy, turn around and look over here. Hey, quit licking the shovel. Let's get around this side of him. Hey, Spock. Come here. Show us your head. There you go. Yes, I know. Now you can see his face. So that's it. So we have that one and the little mini petunia who is playing on the satellite dish that we have here. One of their fun toys. And then feed dish that are upside down. We've got a few rabbits out here. So the boy rabbits are out here hanging out, eating grass. The female rabbits are inside. What is it, Minnie Patch? She's been coming to us more so because we have been giving Chance and her an extra bottle. So we've been making up a bottle of feed just to kind of help out, do our part. Yeah. So Patches is feeding, but she's not producing quite as much milk. Yeah. I was going to show you the boys, end off the video with the boys here, but I don't know where they are. They must be way up front. So if you want to see them, you go back to last video, which I will link at the end of this video. So one interesting thing is we have these electric fence signage at higher traffic areas. So this is a higher traffic area for people coming and visiting, because we do have quite a few visitors that come. And then there are also some in other areas of the property. Up at the front where you drive in, there's a sign like that, but probably not large enough, because you always get those people who don't see the signs and get zapped and then give you a bad review about not having signs. So we're gonna have to make lots of signs. We even tell people when they come in, watch the electric fencing, the single wire electric fencing throughout the yard. But it always happens, and you usually get those kids that you see, no, I dare you to touch it. No, you touch it. Or the dad, that's better yet. The dad's like, hey kid, you know, touch the wire. It's like, what are you, okay. It's just crazy. Anyway, that is it for this video. I'm going to head in and see what's happening with the baby shower, as it looks like it's just starting. People are arriving by the droves. And we'll call it a video for this week. So one thing that I want to mention is, yes, I will be putting pictures on of the kids on our Facebook page, trying to organize that. We'll be tagging them with their names. And I'll also update on a name for Willow's little one, possibly Meadow, not sure. Again, we'll discuss that with Tara and come up with a name there. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to support us, you can do so via Patreon. So I'll put that link down here at the bottom corner of this this video, and you can go on over there. And what I did is, when Willow's little one was born, I posted that on Patreon. And of course, one of my Patreons was so excited because she learned about it before her girlfriend did. So anyway, take care, have a wonderful week, and we'll see you next video. Bye-bye.